Hello and welcome to Bonsai. In this video, I will try to explain some of the work that needs to be done in summer on two of my ficuses, which by the way were grown from small humble cuttings. This is the first ficus. As one can see, it has abundant uncontrolled green growth that needs to be addressed. The tree is still in its developmental stage, thus large leaves are not a problem. Indeed, they offer larger photosynthetic area for food production, which the tree utilizes for its healthy growth and fattening of branches accordingly. We start by doing directional pruning, that is cutting shoots back to an outward pointing bud. This will force the tree to back bud, thus increasing ramification, but also allows growth into desired spaces. Moreover, it helps to balance the energy of the tree, especially where the shoot removed is strong. Occasionally, after cutting off the shoot, I also remove the leaf below the bud. I leave the petal, of course. I do this where the energy of this tree is strong. Doing so, the emerging leaf from the bud tends to be smaller. I also remove large leaves, even lower down the branches, to allow for light and air to reach inside, helping with back budding and/or preventing dieback of weaker branches. Here is a close-up. Any downward pointing branches are also removed, as are downward hanging leaves. Branches that crisscross each other are tackled, keeping those branches which will form the classical pad structure. At this stage, I want to explain an established physiological trend in ficus, specifically that generally, as leaves form on branchlets, they get larger, since more surface area will be contributing for stronger growth of successive leaves. With a close-up, I show how I deal with this when the time comes to start leaf size reduction. This again is one process. It is defoliation, which can be partial or total. There are other processes that together help in leaf size reduction. Here is the finished work. Surely a lot of leaves and shoots have been removed, but in 2 to 3 weeks' time, new ones will form again, and this process is repeated to get the desired ramification of each pad. I use guy wires to pull down the ever-present tendency of the branches to bend upwards, especially when the tree, like this one, is still relatively young. As one can see, the lower branches need to be pulled down some more. This is my second ficus. Compared with the first tree, This one, although it is still in development, is at a more advanced stage. Indeed, it has more leaves and ramification. Here I will try to break up the dense dome-shaped canopy into smaller separate sections, thus helping to reveal the tree's structure and maturity. Also, by doing so, I remove the sameness and almost boring profile. Separation entails going into the tree and removing leaves and small branches around the perimeter of the pad, thus defining the latter. Again, directional pruning is applied. The separations make the tree aesthetically pleasing and allow sunshine and air to penetrate into the tree, helping in its overall health. Now you can see the separation of the pad vis-à-vis its surroundings. This long branch is obstructing the view of the takijari, or the initial trunk above the nebari, which is the root flare at the base of the trunk. It is removed. The technique of separation continues in places where it is needed. As you can see, some of the lower branches are untouched. This is because I want to fatten up the branch to a width that is consonant with its position on the trunk, that is fattest at bottom, going thinner up the trunk. The red arrow points to aerial roots that often grow out from established roots or base of trunk. If in the right position, leave them to grow out and dig into the soil mix. Eventually they will fatten up and form part of the root flare, enhancing its visual impact, mainly that of giving the illusion of a strong holdfast. Indeed, some of the roots on this tree started from such modest early roots. Looking from below, the branches fan outwards. This is the back of the tree. Red arrow points to 3 early roots that have already dug their way into the soil mix. Soon they will fatten up and fill up the deficiency of the root flare on this side. This is all for now. Thank you for watching.